2 weeks to go. We are almost there. Hey guys, Diggs reported here, and Merry Christmas to all. And actually, we're going to have a Christmas game this week. Let's jump right into these picks. Alright, our Christmas game is going to be Minnesota taking on New Orleans. Now, this is a rematch of a wild card game last year where Minnesota was able to pull off the win in overtime. I say the Saints get revenge and get the win after dropping 2 straight, and they have to win to stay within reach of that #1 seed. Tampa Bay's taking on Detroit. Tampa Bay is within reach of a wild card spot and are still in it for the division, while Detroit, they're still Detroit. Gonna go with Tampa Bay on this one. San Francisco's taking on Arizona. Battle of division rivals. San Francisco's just had so many problems with COVID, injuries. They are just one of the most unlucky teams this year. While Arizona, they are in line for a wild card spot. The addition of DeAndre Hopkins this year has really turned them around. I'm going to go with Arizona over San Francisco. Miami's taking on the Raiders. Miami, all they have to do is win their last 2 games and they get a wild card spot. While the Raiders, they have slim hopes of getting to the playoffs, but they have to win their final 2 games. They don't get it done. Miami takes this one. Carolina's taking on Washington. Washington is within reach of the NFC East. While the Panthers, they have had so many problems just finishing games this year. They have lost so many close games. They just can't finish. Washington takes this one. Indianapolis is taking on Pittsburgh. For Indianapolis, they are in line for a playoff spot, and they're still in for the division. They are tied with Tennessee. If they win their final 2, and Tennessee loses one of their final 2, they get the division. While Pittsburgh has lost 3 straight after starting the season, 11-0. They cannot go into the playoffs on a 5-game losing streak. However, I'm going to go with Indianapolis on this one. I just cannot trust Pittsburgh right now. Atlanta's taking on KC. Atlanta just started the season just terribly, but really has shown some fight in them. They are not going down without a fight. So KC, they've got to be careful or else they could be upset by them. But this is KC we're talking about. They've lost 1 game all year, and that was to a division rival. Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and that offense has just been amazing. Andy Reid's still one of the best coaches in the NFL. Going to go with KC on this one, and they lock up the #1 seed. Chicago's taking on Jacksonville. Jacksonville, what more can you say? Won the first game and have lost every single game since, and they are in line for the first overall pick. While Chicago, they still have a chance to get a playoff spot, but they have to win out and have some things go their way. I'm going to say they take care of business against Jacksonville. Cincinnati's taking on Houston. For Houston, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again, one of the most disappointing teams in the NFL this year. I mean, really, Bill O'Brien really screwed this team. Let's face it, that's the truth. Bill O'Brien really messed them up. While Cincinnati, even with losing Joe Burrow, has really shown a lot of fight. This is really a team that could be on the rise in the next few years if they get more pieces to this puzzle. I'm actually going to go with Cincinnati over Houston on this one. Don't know why, just going to go with Cincinnati. Giants taking on Baltimore. For the Giants, they're still in it for the NFC East, but they've got to win out and have Washington at least lose 1 game because they have the tiebreaker over them. And Baltimore, they have to win their final 2 games and have one of either Cleveland, Indianapolis, or Miami lose a game, and they are in the playoffs. I say they take care of business against the Giants and get the win. Cleveland's taking on the Jets. For the Jets, they lost an imperfect season, and right now they do not have the #1 pick in the draft. And for Cleveland, they are in line for a playoff spot, and they're still in it for the AFC North. If Cleveland wins this week, Pittsburgh loses this week, and Cleveland's able to beat Pittsburgh next week, they get the AFC North. Who would have thought that? Cleveland takes care of business, beats the Jets easily. Denver's taking on the Chargers. Now, both these teams, they have not been great this year, but for the Chargers, they definitely have a quarterback in Justin Herbert. And for Denver, they've had some bright spots too. They've shown fight all year long. I'm going to go with the Chargers on this one. Philadelphia's taking on Dallas. What more can I say? They're NFC East teams. It's a fierce rivalry. You can expect this game to have some blows at the least. I'm going to go Dallas on this one. Rams are taking on the Seahawks. For the Rams, not only did they lose to a winless team, but they lost the tiebreaker with the Seahawks. Seahawks now have sole possession of first place in the division, and if the Seahawks win this week, they get the division, and I say they pull off the win, get the division. Tennessee is taking on Green Bay. Both these teams, they are division leaders right now. For Tennessee, they win this week. Indianapolis lose to Pittsburgh. They get the division. For Green Bay, they already have the NFC North. Now they're fighting for the #1 seed. I'm going to go Green Bay on this one. And our Monday night game is going to be Buffalo taking on New England. For New England, this is the first time since 2008 that they are going to be out of the playoff race. And for Buffalo, have already locked up the division. This Buffalo team is going to be dangerous in the playoffs. If I'm a team right now, I do not want to face Buffalo. And I say they get the win against a division rival. Alright guys, those were my picks for Week 16. And I'll see you next time.